Do I have to pay taxes in Italy if I become an Italian dual citizen? Today we want to clarify this point because it's really of the most requested question that we received. This is Marco Bersani from the Bersani Law Firm and Partners from Italy, an Italian immigration law firm with expertise on Italian citizenship application. So, let's just add more time. Let's start. Almost every day we receive this type of question because, of course, we understand that you want to know about the process, you want to know about the timeline, how it works with the process, but let's assume that everything is clean, we go through the process, and we reach your Italian citizenship. Now you are an Italian citizen. So what's next? What are the downsides for that? We totally understand your concern because you're generally used, especially if you are from the United States, from other countries, you are used to pay your taxes, not just because you are a resident in that country, so you are considered a tax resident because you are a citizen of that country. And indeed, if you go abroad, if you stay abroad long term, for example, you want to relocate to Italy and so you become a resident in Italy, then you still have to file your tax declaration, a tax return. So what happened with Italian citizenship? One of the many benefits of the Italian citizenship is that taxation in Italy is not related to citizenship, but is related to residency. You pay taxes in Italy only and only if you are considered an Italian tax resident. What does it mean? Italian tax resident is when you are a resident in Italy and you remain resident in Italy for more than 183 days in 1 year. Then you are considered from the Italian side an Italian tax resident, and so you need to file a tax declaration in Italy and pay your taxes in Italy. But if you don't stay in Italy for more than 183 days in 1 year, you are not considered an Italian tax resident, and so you have not to pay taxes in Italy, but you will only pay your taxes abroad at your home country. This may be not a problem for the majority of people because generally like 70–80% of people generally they apply for Italian dual citizenship by descent of my marriage. They had the Italian citizenship through these ways, and then they remain abroad, they continue their life abroad, and so your life will continue as before. Doesn't change anything. The good part of the story is that Italy and the US, but it's also valid for other countries, but in this example, Italy and US signed an international treaty, that is the so-called agreement for avoiding double taxation, and is applicable exactly in this type of cases. For example, let's assume that you are American, you applied for Italian citizenship, so you have now two citizenships, American, Italian, then you decide to come in Italy. In this example that you pay, for example, in the US, generally speaking, you pay like 50% of taxes, and in Italy you pay 20% of taxes. In this type of cases, of course, you have to, in your Italian tax declaration, you have to report that you pay your taxes as Italian tax resident, so you have to pay your 20% of taxes, but what you paid in Italy can be deducted to your American tax declarations. And same is for the other side. So, for example, if you have assets, incomes from abroad, from the US, you will report in your Italian tax declaration that you have incomes from abroad, so you already paid taxes in the US for that income, so you can use the double tax declarations as a deductions with a cross deductions between the two file declarations. As always, if you have some questions, some concerns, some doubts, of course, feel free to email to us. You can contact us through our website, through the contact form. You can leave the comments below, and we are always, and team is always happy to reply to you, to your questions. And you can also follow us on our social media platform like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and on LinkedIn too. So we are on all the social media platforms for following us and for being in touch with us for all the updates. We have many videos to post in the following weeks, so subscribe. What is really important, to subscribe to this YouTube channel. This is Marco Bersani as always. Thank you for your time and see you on the next videos.